He was just a boy from Texas, small, quiet, hungry, but he became the most decorated American soldier of World War II. How does someone go from plowing fields to standing alone on a burning tank, holding 100? Audie Murphy was born in poverty and became a symbol of bravery across the world. He fought in some of World War II's most brutal battles, and then returned home to become a Hollywood star. His story matters now not just because of what he did, but what he carried: courage, trauma, and the cost of becoming a hero. Audie Leon Murphy was born on June 20, 1925, in Kingston, Texas. He was the seventh of 12 children in a family that struggled to survive during the Great Depression. His father left when Audie was a boy. His mother died when he was 16. 1925, Kingston, Texas. Too young to enlist after Pearl Harbor, Murphy forged his birth certificate to join the Army at just 17. He barely met the minimum height and weight, but he made it in. Sent to North Africa, then Italy, then France, he rose quickly, not because of size or strength, but because of instinct, calm, and pure will. In 1944, during the invasion of southern France, Murphy earned the Distinguished Service Cross after taking out a machine gun nest. That was just the beginning. August 1944, France. On January 26, 1945, near Holtzwihr, France, he made his stand. Wounded, low on ammo, he climbed onto a burning tank destroyer and used its mounted machine gun to hold off an entire German company alone for over an hour. He was awarded the Medal of Honor for that action. When the war ended, Murphy had earned 33 U.S. medals, plus honors from France and Belgium. INFOCARD, Most Decorated U.S. Soldier of WWII. After returning home, he was hailed as a national hero, but he struggled to survive. In 1949, he starred in his first major film. Just 6 years later, he played himself in To Hell and Back, based on his memoir of the same name. It became a box office hit. He went on to appear in over 40 films, mostly westerns, but behind the fame, Murphy battled what we now call PTSD. He slept with a loaded pistol under his pillow. He spoke openly about what he called his nervous condition, and became an early voice for veterans' mental health. On May 28, 1971, Murphy died in a plane crash in Virginia. He was buried with full military honors at Arlington National Cemetery. His grave is one of the most visited. Murphy's Medal of Honor citation was signed by President Harry Truman. Document, U.S. Army citation. The details of his actions at Holtzwihr were verified by multiple eyewitness accounts from fellow soldiers. His memoir, To Hell and Back, was published in 1949 and became a national bestseller. Source: Henry Holt Company, 1949. The 1955 film adaptation starred Murphy as himself, and box office data confirmed it was Universal's highest-grossing film until Jaws. His advocacy for veterans' mental health was documented in interviews during the 1960s. Source: Armed Forces Radio, 1963, where he spoke against untreated shell shock, pushing for more support and understanding. Murphy's plane crash was reported by The Washington Post and confirmed by FAA investigation. Some historians have questioned the accuracy of Murphy's kill counts or whether all medals were entirely distinct, since some were variations of the same campaign honor. However, military records confirmed the official count of awards. Others debated the balance between Murphy's heroism and the way his post-war image was shaped by media and Hollywood. Was he elevated too far, or did he remain grounded in truth? There are also gaps in medical records about his post-war treatment. At the time, PTSD was not fully recognized. So many experiences went undocumented. For many Americans, Murphy became more than a soldier. He was a symbol of survival, a boy who had nothing and gave everything. His quiet face on magazine covers gave people hope, especially veterans. But he also carried invisible wounds. His story opened conversations about the mental costs of war, long before society had words for it. He showed strength didn't always look like muscle. Sometimes, it was waking up and facing another day. Murphy's widow, Pamela, later worked at a VA hospital for over 30 years, helping veterans like her husband with dignity and care. Military historians describe Audie Murphy as a reluctant hero. He didn't seek violence, but he responded when called, like a firefighter who runs into flames, not because they want to, but because someone has to. His legacy challenges us to rethink heroism, not as glory, but as responsibility, not as action, but aftermath. He also shaped Hollywood's image of war, making it personal, not patriotic. His films focused less on explosions and more on the quiet fear between gunshots. Audie Murphy rose from poverty to become America's most decorated soldier. He fought, wrote, acted, and spoke out for mental health. But many details of his private struggles still remain untold. Today, Murphy's story is taught in military academies. His Medal of Honor citation is still studied for tactical brilliance. That will likely continue. His advocacy for veterans' mental health may gain more recognition in future documentaries and government programs. There are efforts to re-release his films and memoir in digital formats, renewing his voice for younger generations. If you liked it, then subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned for more videos. Audie Murphy once said, "I'd rather be remembered as a good soldier than a great actor." History remembers him as both, but most of all, as a man who never ran away.